There goes a great mountain barrier from northeast to south west, which divides the greater Swithiode from other kingdoms. South of this mountain ridge it is not far to Turkland, where Odin had great possessions. In those times the Roman chiefs went wide around in the world, subduing to themselves all people, and on this account many chiefs fled from their domains. But Odin, having foreknowledge, and magic sight, knew that his posterity would come to settle and dwell in the northern half of the world. He therefore set his brothers Vanvil over Asgard, and he himself, with all the gods and a great many other people, wandered out, first westward to Gardarike, and then south to Saxland. He had many sons, and after having subdued an extensive kingdom in Saxland, he set his sons to rule the country. He himself went northwards to the sea, and took up his abode in an island which is called Odin's in fine. Then he sent Gefion across the Sound to the north to discover new countries, and she came to King Gilv, who gave her a plowgate of land. Then she went to Jotunheim, and bore 4 sons to a giant, and transformed them into a yoke of oxen. She yoked them to a plough, and broke out the land into the ocean right opposite to Odin's. This land was called Sealand, and there she afterwards settled and dwelt. Skjold, a son of Odin, married her, and they dwelt at Uldera. Where the ploughed land was is a lake or sea called Lidge. In the Swedish land the fjords of Lidge correspond to the Nesses in Sealand. Bridge the Old sings thus of it.
Gefion from Gilv drove away to Ed new land to Denmark's sway. Blithe Gefion ploughing in the smoke that steamed up from her oxen yoke. 4 heads, 8 forehead stars had they, bright gleaming, as she ploughed away, dragging new lands from the deep main to join them to the sweet Tiles plain.
Now when Odin heard that things were in a prosperous condition in the land to the east beside Gilv, he went thither, and Gilv made a peace with him, for Gilv thought he had no strength to oppose the people of Island. Odin and Gilv had many tricks and enchantments against each other, but the Island people had always the superiority. Odin took up his residence at their Lake, at the place now called Old Sigtun. There he erected a large temple, where there were sacrifices according to the customs of the Island people. He appropriated to himself the whole of that district, and called it Sigtun. To the temple priests he gave also domains. Njord dwelt in Noatun, Frey in Upsal, Heimdall in the Heimenbergs, Thor in Thrudvang, Balder in Bree-Idablik. To all of them he gave good estates.